9 silly SpongeBob fan theories that the internet just won't let go of. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Bubbly Toons. Number 9. SpongeBob is actually super smart. SpongeBob isn't the smartest sponge in the sea. He's quite naive, trusts too many people, and doesn't think before he acts. He does appear smarter than Patrick, but they're pretty similar in terms of IQ. However, some fans think this is just a role SpongeBob plays. After seeing him create precious pieces of art, cook the best burgers under the sea, play instruments flawlessly, and practice karate, it appears that SpongeBob could be a secret genius. Come to think of it, he's good at most new things he tries. Yet, after 2 decades, we think he have shown his true nature by now. Number 8. Mr. and Mrs. SquarePants. In the special Truth or Square, the gang is gearing up to celebrate the Krusty Krab's 117th anniversary. As per usual, something goes awry and the group locks themselves in the freezer, while in the cold, SpongeBob reminisces on the time he and Sandy got married. As it turns out, their wedding was part of a play, but at the end of the play, the minister claims he had no idea it was a fake wedding. This could mean that all these years later, SpongeBob and Sandy are still legally married because they used a real minister to officiate. Number 7. Did Mrs. Puff kill her husband? Mrs. Puff is one of the most likable characters in the series. She always seems to be paranoid, but she's actually quite upbeat and charming most of the time. However, perhaps Mrs. Puff isn't as forthcoming as she seems. One fan noted that in Krusty Love, Mrs. Puff said she didn't want to talk about her husband. Then in the No Free Rides, Puff says, "I'll have to move to a new city, start a new boating school with a new name." No, not again. It suggested that Mrs. Puff killed her husband or did something very bad before coming to Bikini Bottom, and that's why she's always paranoid. Number 6. Squidward is paid to keep an eye on SpongeBob. Squidward is grumpy, judgmental, and even hostile, but deep down Squidward is a bright and intellectual squid who just wants respect. Most adult fans can relate to many Squidward's lines throughout the show. Since Squidward hates living next to SpongeBob so much but refuses to move, fans are wondering what the real story is. One fan suggests that Squidward is paid by SpongeBob's wealthy parents to keep an eye on SpongeBob. If SpongeBob has a disability, as many fans theorize, SpongeBob's parents want SpongeBob to live a fulfilling life while being under the watchful eye of Squidward. Number 5. Bikini Bottom is a result of a nuclear testing. As lighthearted and fun as SpongeBob is, there are some potentially dark issues the show tackles in a kid-friendly way. It has been an ongoing dark theory that Bikini Bottom is the result of a nuclear testing site gone wrong during the Cold War. This could mean that SpongeBob and company are all mutations from the nuclear test that happened above on the Marshall Islands. How else do you explain anthropomorphized sea life? Number 4. Is SpongeBob a Roman god? To many viewers, SpongeBob is just your average fry-cooked sponge. He goes to work, feeds a snail, and plays with his friends in between. However, one fan thinks there's more to SpongeBob. He could potentially be a Roman god. In the first season's Neptune Spatula, King Neptune turned SpongeBob into a god, but fans think SpongeBob never got rid of his godly powers. Examples of this are when SpongeBob created life in the form of a bubble. He turned a rock into a car when delivering pizza, and he commands respect from those of Bikini Bottom. Perhaps after all these years, SpongeBob still has magical divinity he isn't even aware of. Number 3. The characters are addicted to drugs. It's hard to imagine Nickelodeon would allow their characters to be addicted to drugs or even represent drugs, but many fans find this theory plausible. With a colorful imagination, SpongeBob's happy-go-lucky behavior may be a symptom of psychedelics. Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff both harbor a paranoia often seen in drug users. Squidward's deceptive behavior and quirks are correlated to heroin use, and Patrick's relaxed and nonsensical personality could be adjacent to marijuana. Number 2. The real reason why SpongeBob's personality changed. After 20 years, there's a ton of small facts that fans lost track of. From voice changes to personality changes, small differences go over fans' heads, but one fan thinks there's a reason for SpongeBob's personality change. SpongeBob has never been the brightest character, but he appeared to get dumber and goofier after season 4. The theory suggests that since sponges are asexual and can reproduce babies, SpongeBob reproduced a baby after the first movie, and the baby took on the cover of the real SpongeBob. This could be why SpongeBob acted more childish and confused as seasons went on. And at number 1, the meat of a Krabby Patty. There are tons of theories surrounding Mr. Krabs' famous Krabby Patty. Some think the Krabby Patties are in fact made out of real crab and that Mr. Krabs is a cannibal. However, one fan theory notes that the meat in a Krabby Patty isn't crab meat at all. It's actually whale meat. When Mr. Krabs found Pearl, she was next to the carcass of her dead mother. Mr. Krabs used whale meat for his Krabby Patties due to the vast amount of meat whales can offer. Mr. Krab treats Pearl like the apple of his eye because she could potentially be an investment for the Krusty Krab in the future. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you loved them. With that, I'll see you on the next video.